So what are we talking about? We're talking about Sword Art Online in English, we're talking about Sword Art Online Extra Edition, and we're talking about Sword Art Online 2. First impressions. There's only 5 episodes. There might be 6 by the time we get this out, but still, first impressions. Yeah! So Sword Art Online 2 is coming on, and I am totally watching the shit out of it. But unfortunately, you have to wait 1 week at a time. It's like being a fucking kid all over again. And I love it, and I hate it, because I want to power watch it. But other than that, I love it. It's fucking awesome. So as I'm going through Sword Art Online 2 withdrawals, I decided to, start Sword Art Online over, and this time I watched it in English. It wasn't bad in English. Kirito and Asuna's voice sound the strangest, but at the same time, they don't sound terrible. It takes a little getting used to, but everybody else's voice in English sounds great. It sounds great! They're all side characters anyway. The story pretty much translates the same. There's a couple of things that, they westernize, but I mean, get over it. It happens. To be quite honest, I found it as enjoyable in English as it was in Japanese. I don't think there's a difference between them. If you're gonna be a snob and say that you're not really watching anime because you're not watching it in Japanese, yes, this is a perfect time to talk about anime snobs and why they suck. An anime snob is somebody who thinks if you're watching it in English or not on the original station at the original time, now all of a sudden you're not really an anime fan, and that is bullshit. Anime is all-inclusive. I don't care if you say it anime or anime. As long as you're enjoying it, you're otaku. And yes, Sean Bean here is right. You don't become an otaku by simply watching Naruto and Bleach. And anime today is totally different than old school anime, because old school anime, you were lucky if you found somebody in the same neighborhood as you who liked anime. It used to be hardcore, you had to find that shit. If you remember Suncoast Video, you're otaku. Watching Sword Art Online makes you want to play a role-playing game. Seeing Kirito use his dual-wielding sword skills? Hell yeah, I threw on Dragon's Crown as soon as I was done. I want to fucking slice some face and not have me dying as a consequence, because that sucks, right? Same premise. Watching it in English is literally no different. As far as the story and the conveyance of emotion, there's no difference. So pick one, watch it, enjoy it. And then I found Sword Art Online Extra Edition. And Extra Edition is totally a recap movie with 20 minutes of an episode. It's technically Sword Art Online 1.5 because it literally takes place right in between the 2 series, which is super awesome because you meet this guy in Sword Art Online 2, and Kirito's already met him, but you've never met him before. You meet him in this movie. That's nice. 40 minutes of Sword Art Online all the way through. The first season all jam-packed together, and then you get them playing the game that they're playing at the end of Sword Art Online, only you get to see like a sweet-ass underwater battle. And I was super happy. 15 minutes, but hey, it was awesome. And it totally gets you ready for Sword Art Online 2, which is totally happening and I love. I've only seen the first 5. Based on the first 5, I hope this thing is like 24 episodes. I would be down for like 50. If they have to stretch it out, I'm down. Okay, so Sword Art Online 2. Oh yeah. I don't care what they call it. That's a lightsaber. It has the exact sounds. That thing's a fucking lightsaber. I don't care if they call it a proton sword. That's a lightsaber. Calling it like I see it. And I would have totally picked the lightsaber too! Fucking A! I'm surprised he didn't buy 2! He's still got dual wielding! Why fucking not? Be cutting motherfuckers! I don't care if it's a game about guns. I will cut you. He's a master swordsman. He's not gonna cut his arm off. He's got this. I don't care if he looks like black-haired Asuna. Oh yeah, and his motorcycle driving skills are like how he can actually drive a motorcycle in real life, because he totally drives a motorcycle. In Extra Edition and Sword Art Online 2, he just hops on this massive 3-wheeler, takes green hair on a ride. Turquoise, whatever. The bitch with the gun. Yeah, she thinks he's a girl, but it's not his fault. It's nice that they've given you backstory on her, so that's nice. You already know kind of where she's coming from in this. You already have Kirito's backstory. You don't need more backstory on Kirito, except the laughing coffin. Holy shit! Ah! Yeah, right? Okay, here's the deal. I have never read the Sword Art Online manga. I have no idea about how it's going to play out because I know it's out there, and if I wanted to read ahead, I could. I'm not going to because I love the anime. I have no prior knowledge at all. I'm just going off the anime. It is awesome. I don't know where it's going. I don't know who this fuck is. I thought it was this guy, but now I'm not sure. So, But I can't wait to find out! Oh yeah! Are you watching this? Because I fucking am. You can check it out on Hulu and on Crunchyroll right now. Right now. Go. Go. What are you doing? Go. I've already given Sword Art Online a rating. So, my first impression of Sword Art Online 2 is it's going to be totally own-worthy. I'm not going to rate it that way, but I think that's where it's going. Based on the first 5, I would totally buy this. Oh yeah. I would already own this, even the movie. If you don't want to buy Sword Art Online 1, guess what? It's still on Netflix. And you can watch it in English or Japanese. Yay. And this is probably going to be my last video before AniJam, so make sure you're at AniJam, and we'll talk Sword Art. This is AniView by Dave. I, of course, am Dave. If you have any questions, comments, confusions, suggestions, put them below, and I will get back to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. So my personal opinion of Kirito is in real life he's kind of a pussy. He kind of is. But, the fact that he's crying for pretty much the entire time he's not in a video game in the real world in the second half, even still, the very first time Asuna actually lays eyes on him in the real world, he's still being pretty badass because, you know, he kind of almost got murdered in the parking lot, kind of fought a rapist to piss, because that's what happened. Not to death, to piss. And, you know, saved his bitch. That's pretty badass. He shows up bleeding and out of breath. What happened? Nothing. That's awesome. His most Han Solo moment right there, considering you spent the second half of this crying in your bed, / your cousin's boobs, / Sugu. It makes it easier to deal with Sugu if you already know what happens, because now you're like, alright, she's not really gonna steal him away. But if you've never seen it before, you're like, this bitch is gonna steal him away! And you do not like her! Actually, it turns out everybody likes Leafa. She's not bad. She's actually a pretty competent player compared to Kirito, who's badass. She's pretty badass. It makes you feel better knowing he's in capable hands. But they're cousins, so that don't work. And this fucking scene right here should have been totally different. You start yelling at her. I don't give a fuck. I was in a coma for 2 years. I was playing a death game. I got married. I had a life. Now she's gonna get raped and you're gonna throw this fucking emotional bullshit at me? Did you not hear me? She's gonna get raped and she's my wife. Are you gonna help me or are you gonna be a bitch? That's how that should have went. By the way, you're my sister cousin, so no and no. Are you gonna help me or not? God damn it! Fucking Sugu, shut up and help me. Put your giant tits away and help me fight with a sword.